welcome to the deep dive. Okay, today we're taking a closer look at a shopping app called Mega Shopping Offers and Deals. It talks a big game, exclusive savings, big discounts. But our mission here is figuring out if it's genuinely useful or if it's basically a shortcut to trouble. We want you to be informed before you even think about clicking anything.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that perspective is so important because the hook is strong, right? Shop smarter. Get these deals that seem way below what you'd normally pay. It really targets people looking for value.
Right.
So let's lay out the surface facts we found, stuff that makes it look legit. It's on the Google Play Store, listed under Siobhan Fashion, and get this, over 500,000 downloads. Plus, there's a developer named Sanjay Vinubai Kakadia, and even an email, decide520@gmail.com. So, why the skepticism? Doesn't having all that, the downloads, the listing, suggest some kind of oversight?
Well, that's exactly the trap, isn't it? It exploits that feeling. What's really striking is that the transparency seems to just stop right there at the store listing. As soon as you look beyond that, look at what actual users are saying, the story flips. Based on what we gathered from places like online forums, people aren't just saying it's bad quality, they're flat out calling it a scam.
Yeah, we saw some really harsh comments. One person kind of summed up the operator's view, saying they blast them out by the millions and hope some poor sap will send them coin. That's not a complaint about a late package. That sounds like an intentional business model based on fraud.
Precisely. And when we dug into the research, looking for any sign of, actual success stories, this is the crucial part, we found basically nothing. A complete lack of credible reports of successful purchases or trustworthy reviews over time, or any verifiable proof that products were actually sent, or even meaningful customer support for that matter.
So the trail just goes completely cold. It's not just bad service, it sounds like. Maybe there's no real commerce happening at all.
Right.
You couldn't find anyone confirming they got the right thing or got help when something went wrong.
And if you connect that to how e-commerce scams often work, it's classic bait and switch. They dangle these super low prices way off retail.
Okay.
But here's the danger. The seller, supposedly, controls everything. The selling, the shipping, the support. It makes it impossible to check if the product is real or if the company even exists outside the app. Then they throw in urgency tactics, limited stock, to pressure you. It pushes you into making a snap decision without thinking it through. Fraud analysts see this all the time.
Okay, so translating this for you, the listener, what does this all mean practically? Our sources are pretty blunt here. If you decide to use an app with this kind of profile, you have to assume any money you send is basically gone. High risk of total loss.
Yeah, the number one piece of advice is about protecting yourself immediately. Only use payment methods where you have some recourse, like credit cards are good, PayPal too, methods where you can dispute a charge or request a chargeback. Definitely avoid things like direct bank transfers or anything you can't reverse once the money's sent.
And documentation becomes key, right? Not just for disputes, but because you can't rely on them for records. You need to be your own archivist. Screenshot everything, the offer itself, your receipt when you bought it. And given all this, try to verify the seller outside the app. If you can't find them anywhere else legitimate, that tells you a lot. Be wary of price announcements, too.
So wrapping up, despite looking professional, despite the official listing and that huge download number, the evidence points pretty strongly towards this app being a scam, or at the very least, incredibly unreliable for actually buying anything.
Absolutely. But here's something to chew on, sort of building on that idea of legitimacy. How does that number, 500,000 downloads, create such a powerful yet potentially false sense of security? What is it about seeing that scale, that apparent authority, that makes us maybe lower our guard and just chase a deal? Something to think about. We'll catch you on the next deep dive.